All right, I think we are live. If one of you guys can send me a text message, Kat, if you're on this, if you could send me like a Facebook private message, I'm not live. All right. Hold on, get my text message out. Alrighty, can anybody see or hear me? I'm just waiting for a reply here, guys. Just want to make sure. Before I get into this. Yes, all right, so we are live. Okay, guys, so welcome. My name is Brianna. If you don't know me, if you haven't seen my videos or anything yet, my name is Brianna, and this is the exclusive Command Traffic on Demand Hangout. Now, I have some slides put together for you. I think that might be more helpful. If you came in after the survey went out, that's okay. So if we talk about surveys and stuff like that and you're not quite sure what's going on, don't worry about it. You're going to get a new survey and everything like that, and I'm going to send out the recording of this, if this is recorded. I believe this is recorded. I'm not very tech savvy, so you're going to see, hear traffic getting, secrets from, a not so tech savvy person. So, it's going to be good though. It's going to be good though. Um, so, just responding to a text message. Somebody told me that I was live. All right. So, like I said, I have some visuals going on out for you guys. And I just kind of want to get into this. So I have a keynote presentation. See if I can share my screen with you guys. Select Windows to show video. Okay. Alrighty. All right. So, okay, made a nice little presentation for you guys. I love that. Command traffic to your website, among other things, with Brianna C. Okay, so what we're going to cover, this is kind of like my table of context, kind of like an objective so you know what's going on. We're going to go into the survey results real quick, brief, very brief. A few things that I want you to know, if I am going to be, disclosing any, income earnings or things like this, we are going to be talking about home-based businesses and whatnot. I just want to clear the air of, income disclaimers, where you can go to see that, and everything like that. It's going to be real quick. A brief kind of cap about my story, so you know me, and you know where I'm coming from, and guys, because like one of the goals behind this video is, or this hangout rather, is for me to kind of like get in front of you, get to know you a little bit more. I don't want this to be, you never see from me, you never hear from me. I want to be in front of you. I want you to get to know me. When you buy things from me in the future, we're going to be working together closely. So I don't want to be a stranger. What to look for in a home-based business, because we're going to get into that with the survey results as to why that is before the traffic, which is what I know some of you are here for. So we're just going to dive right into this. All right, so the survey results were that finding a home-based business or a product or a surveys actually beat out the traffic getting strategies, which is actually a shocker to me, because usually it's people want to know how to get traffic and everything like that. That usually comes first. Cannot see screen share. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry guys. Okay. Like I said guys, tech difficulty. Hold on 1 second. You cannot see the screen share. Alrighty. How about now? Can you guys see my screen share now? Hold on, I'm just asking one of my moderators. Can you see it now? Alrighty, guys. On 1 second, I'm actually not sure. Okay, yeah, okay, I think from what I can see, you can see my screen. No? You can't see it yet? Still? Alrighty, guys. Well, then that's okay. If you can't see my screen, that's all right. I mean, oh, good. Now we're good. Okay. All right. Like I said, not so tech savvy. So that means if you're not tech savvy, you can still do this. You can still, generate leads and command sales and everything like that on demand. So we're just going to go right back into it. And we're going to start from scratch, right from the top of the little keynote presentation that I have prepared for you guys. Alrighty. Ah, I love that animation. Sorry, I had to use that one, at least for the header. So command traffic to your website, among other things, with Brianna C. All right, so what we're going to cover in this, like I said, if you're just popping on and you missed our little tech disaster, or not quite disaster, but our little tech challenge, these are some of the things that we're going to cover. We're going to go over the survey results. If you came in after the survey, then that's okay. I'm going to be sending out another survey with, things that you can input that you can give me for, webinars and Hangouts in the future. A few things that I want you to know. First off, like I said before, income disclaimers and stuff like that. Things that just, things that I just kind of have to catch up on. Just good housekeeping stuff. A brief cap of my story so you guys know where I'm coming from, that I'm, the real deal, and that I'm a real person, and I'm not just somebody, behind an internet screen, that I actually do have a story, and everything, and we're just getting into that real quick. What to look for in a home-based business, and that's actually coming before traffic, because I know that some of you are actually here for traffic, but we're going to get into the survey results right now, and you're going to see why that is coming first. Okay, so the survey results, finding a home-based business or product or service actually beat out in the survey traffic getting strategies, which is really really odd, actually. Usually everybody wants to know about traffic, but I think I had, running this particular campaign that I was running, a lot of people were, looking for a home-based business coming into this. So I think when they had come, when some of you guys came through my sales funnel, you were actually looking for a home-based business. So I think that that's why it beat out. So we're going to get into, what to look for in a home-based business, and some basic PPC traffic generating stuff. Okay, so the first few things is that I want you to know are that you can do this, guys. I mean, like, you saw my tech challenge. You see that I'm not technical. You can, command leads, and you can command sales and things like that. It's not a big deal. It's just. I mean, some people think of this, internet marketing as, not the norm, or finding a home-based business as not the norm. And just because it's not the norm, it doesn't mean that you can't do this, guys. I mean, because you can. If I can do this, you can do this. And to just be cool. I mean, like I said, this isn't really, the norm. And, I think that you're not typical for being here. And I commend you for that. And I commend you for being on this Hangout, because not a lot of people would take, a half hour to an hour out of their, Tuesday night to be on here. So I genuinely appreciate you being here and you sharing your, an hour of your time with me. And final, big brother, huge 100% statement. Guys, I don't know if I'm going to be talking about income. I don't know. I may. So what I want to do is just put a right big fat disclaimer out. I'm just going to drink of water real quick. A right big fat disclaimer is that I cannot guarantee anybody's level of income or anybody's success. If you have any questions, visit empowernetwork.com/income ID = Brianna Carr. And then you can see right for yourself the average earnings daily and monthly as to what people are actually making in this. And I encourage you to go check that out, because our income disclaimer is pretty badass, if I do say so myself. You're going to want to click there. Or actually, you can't click. Only I can click. I think I made that a clickable link in there somehow. I don't know. Like I said, not the techiest person. All right, let's dive into the goods, right? My story. Just a brief background. I was an advanced placement school student in high school. I was that nerd that used to sit in the back of the classroom and read their textbook just for fun. I was just, I wanted to be an AP student because I thought that that was the only way to get into med school. You know, I wanted to be a doctor, but really the only reason I wanted to be a doctor was because I've always been a dreamer. And, you know, a lot about me going to school to be a doctor was for my mom. You know, my mom's a really big part of my life. You know, she's my business partner. She's not actually on this hangout with me right now, but in the future she will be doing hangouts with me. I'm totally putting her on the spot for this one. But she will be doing hangouts with me, and a lot of what I do, actually 90% of what I do is what is for her. And I just wanted to make her proud. I always wanted to make her proud, and so she had something to show off as, you know, her daughter, the doctor. So it put a lot of pressure on me. But the reason I wanted to be a doctor for myself was because I've always had this dream lifestyle. And what I want you to do tonight is I want you to encourage to start to dream again, to really kind of to just get in the habit of what are the things that you want, what do you want to accomplish. Start writing down some goals, because my dream, you know, something I've always wanted as you know, as a kid, I've always wanted, you know, this. I've always had this time and financial freedom dream where you can just kind of wake up whenever you want to at the sound of an alarm clock, without the sound of an alarm clock, and, you know, wake up next to your loved ones, and, you know, the smell of coffee brewing, or you know, waking up in your dream house. Maybe there's a warm breeze blowing through, you know, some open windows. Maybe you're waking up, you know, on the beach somewhere, or maybe on the ocean, or I mean, or on the in the mountains somewhere. You know, it's just something that I've always wanted, and, you know, that's kind of sort of that's more towards, you know, in my future. But some of my immediate dreams are, you know, I kind of want to do the things that, like, you know, not every average, you know, teenager or, you know, young adult gets to do. You know, you know, I want to be able to have the money to go to, you know, music festivals, and, you know, hang out with friends, and, you know, focus on my music. And I'm a musician. I love music, and I love singing and stuff like that. And, you know, committing heavily to academics prevented me from doing that, and then committing heavily to having a job also prevents you from doing that, because, you know, you need to support income and stuff like that. And that's the beauty of working from home, is that you have this immense sense of freedom where you don't have to wake up to an alarm clock if you don't want to, and you can work for only a couple of hours a day, and you can do the things that you love with the people that you love when you want to do them. So you can wake up, you know, with maybe, you know, one of your animals on your bed next to you at, you know, 9 o'clock in the morning if you want to on a Wednesday. You know, those are the kinds of things that you get to do when you work from home, and when you make a decision to join a home-based business. But then something happened when I was in school. You know, stress, it prevented, or it kind of, it gave me, I developed this stress-induced illness that nobody could really diagnose. And of course, being sick, it added to the stress. It really did. And of course, you know, being sick, I had to, you know, miss school, and it was affecting my grades. And I had what I was going for was a funny story, real quick. What I was going for was kind of like a back door into a medical school. I was going for a back door into an Ivy League school through a program in my home state, where you can enter into this college through their pre-medical program, and if you pass a certain test, you're pretty much guaranteed a spot in the Ivy League school. And that was like my goal, because the reason I was going for that particular route was because I screwed off as a freshman, and I didn't really care about my grades. Well, not that I didn't really care about my grades. It's just that I went through a phase. You know, I think that everybody goes through, you know, that particular phase where they just, you know, they don't care, and, you know, stick it to the man kind of phase. And that's something that I went through. And, you know, my GPA suffered for it. So in order to get my GPA, I forced myself into advanced placement schools to get into classes to get into a good school, and the stress of that caused me to get sick. And I just got a text from one of my moderators here. Sorry. You know, so the result of this was it was an intestinal issue. It was, you know, they later diagnosed it with had something to do with gluten, where like removing gluten from my diet and then removing stress from my diet. I don't think anybody needs stress in their diet, but removing gluten, which is wheat-based products, from my diet, and cutting down significantly on my stress level, I was able to come back to normal. But that was only because I decided to join a home-based business. It was actually my mom refound network marketing for me. So back when I said that I've always been a dreamer, that dream was instilled to me when my mom actually first showed me, network marketing when I was about like 15, 16, and I saw circles on flying down from this presentation sales video, and I thought, my God, I'm going to be rich in this thing. And all I saw were circles everywhere, and somehow the circles compounded, and then in like 2.4 years I could have $1.2 million, and I was sold hook, line, and sinker. And I took that stuff to school. I was pitching my students, my fellow students in class, trying to make money, and it actually it worked out. But then everybody wanted to go home and ask their parents, and of course their parents said no because they didn't have a credit card. So I refound network marketing as an adult, and I decided to join a home-based business, and my life is beautiful again, and I'm able to connect with you. I'm able to share who I really am, and I'm okay with telling my story. I'm able to command as many visitors as I want whenever I want to my website, then leading to sales in my own particular network marketing home-based business, and I'm able to teach that now, and I'm so, so grateful and blessed for this opportunity, because really what I'm living right now is everything that I've ever wanted. It's something that the feeling that I have right now is the feeling that I wish upon all of you watching this today. I hope that you find your true calling when you decide to join a network marketing company or a home-based business. So a home-based business or product or service to promote, those are some of the things to look for. You want to look for a good compensation plan. Now, if you're very new to this, you want to make sure that you are getting paid for your value. And a compensation plan, very, very basic, is how you get paid, essentially. In traditional quote-unquote network marketing, I can think of one company off the top of my head where the compensation plan is you get 5 who get 5 who get 5 who get 5, and then all of a sudden not only is the entire United States in your organization, but you've also sponsored all of China, and you're starting to move to Martians, and really you're getting paid on wussy-ass commissions that you really aren't making as much money as you say, and they're selling the dream, pitching the dream, and living the nightmare. And that's not what I want. I saw that when I actually started my first home-based, well, actually it was my mom who started in that home-based business that I was talking about in the previous slide, was, commissions similar to that, where all of a sudden, circles are compounding, and then, 50,000 levels down, on that 50,000th person, you're finally a millionaire. And that's not what you need to do here in my particular home-based business. And I'd rather get paid 100% commissions for products that I don't actually have to create. That's something that I looked for. I want to get the most. I want to get paid the most for my value that I bring to the marketplace. And this particular home-based business, product or service, has to be something that you can stand behind. Excuse me. While I take a sip of water. It has to be something that you can stand behind. You want to make sure that the core value of the company is your own personal core value. If your core value is helping people, then you need to make sure that your company is actually helping people. If your core value is creating freedom, then you have to do your due diligence and make sure that the company is creating personal freedom. On my team, we're creating 100 free people, or freeing 100 people from their corporate jobs and their corporate backgrounds every year. That's a goal of mine, is to help 100 people, 100 families become financially independent and free from corporate America. Like I said, something that you have to stand behind. Whatever you stand behind, you need to make sure that the product or the home business or the product or the service that you are promoting, that you stand behind. Otherwise, you ethically won't be able to sell it. I'm going to be frank with y'all. You will not be able to sell it if you don't stand behind it, and if you don't get all in with the company that you are promoting. And honestly, obviously, and this actually, isn't as obvious as you might think. It's kind of obvious for me now, looking back on some of the things that I've been in, and some of the, stories that my mentors have told me, and things that I just actually have seen going on in the industry right now. You need to make sure that the loyalty of your company owner or owners is there and is present. If your company goes through a challenge, stubs their toe, and they shut the doors, then obviously they were just in it for the buck. The company owners were just in it for the buck, and they weren't actually out for the welfare of the people. They weren't actually out there on the field for the people, and that's something that I look for in a company owner and a company leader. I want to make sure that my owner, my company owner, is out there on the field, in the trenches, promoting with me, developing the new marketing strategies, and that we're working together, and that we're masterminding, and we're getting on calls and hangouts and webinars. That is what I want to look for. I am looking for somebody who's there consistently on a consistent basis, and won't shut the doors if somebody farts in the room the wrong way. Okay. This is a little, there we go, internet traffic. So right into the traffic getting strategies. I hope I finished this actually. I kind of got sidetracked today. I don't know what the next slide is after that. It could be something completely, no, actually I remember I finished it. Sorry, little ADD there. So internet traffic is basically the only way to get your offer, business, product, or service in front of thousands of people who are literally hungry for what you have with just a couple of clicks of your mouth. And I can teach you how to do that. That particular model, what I'm sharing with you on this particular slide, is for somebody who actually has a home-based business, or somebody who has decided to join a home-based business or a network marketing company, and they have high-ticket items to promote. On my personal team, I don't go into advanced traffic getting strategies unless you're at least a silver level, and you know what that is if you're in the company. If not, I'll shoot a video about that or another hangout about that. But those of you who know who you are, because really, I don't want to see anybody get into a business and dump a whole bunch of money into advertising and not get the return on investment that they deserve, because you deserve to make as much money as you possibly can. That's why I love 100% commissions on products that I don't actually even have to create, right? Everybody loves that. Get paid 100% for something that you didn't do. So a little side note down here, in traditional network marketing, this is significantly easier than running around in Walmart and Costco handing out DVDs and flyers. Imagine that. Think about it. If I can just send my link, literally, I want you guys to picture this. If I can send a URL link of my capture page, which is what you put your email address in to get access to this live hangout. If I can send that to 1,000 people, or 2,000, or 3,000, all the way up to, I've seen one of my mentors send his capture page to 100,000 people just to create leads at the snap of a finger. Imagine what that can do for your business. And imagine how many people you would have to talk to, strangers that you would have to talk to in Costco or Walmart to get the same kind of, result as somebody who just kind of sends their URL out. I think that's pretty badass. I don't know. I would rather send my link out to 1,000 people than walk around in Walmart and Costco handing out DVDs. It's kind of like when I took network marketing to my school, right? When I was a sophomore in high school, nobody really knew what to do with it, and everybody loved it. Everybody loved it, but nobody really knew what to do with it because nobody had a credit card because we were all like 16. And this is where we get into my first traffic getting strategy, and I will show you proof that I am not blowing smoke out my ass, and that I have created, I've generated 5 leads just today from this particular traffic getting strategy, and I'm looking for the email right now, even though you can't see me. But all right, I got it. But pay-per-click, or PPC, the basic concept of this, if you came in through the video that I posted the other day, then you kind of have a gist of what this is. Basically, you're putting up an advertisement on a search engine for people to click on, and it's very self-explanatory. You pay a certain amount of cents, or even $1 to, I don't know how many people. I think the most I've ever seen is like $3 per click, which something that I don't think, unless I knew my numbers, I would not spend $3 a click on a PPC campaign. That's just not something that I would do, and I'll get into that in a deeper training when you decide to join at the silver level. But basically, for pay-per-click, is you need 3 things. You need a home-based business or a product to promote, and I can give you access to that. And an email following to this, I'll be giving you instant access to be able to join my team and promote my home-based business. And it's actually going to be your home-based business when you decide to join. And a list of keywords, basic stuff. So what this is when somebody enters in their key phrase, like when you go to Google or Bing or Yahoo and you type in, I don't know, how to grow giant tomatoes, which is something that I got from my mentor when he's, trying to explain something. When you type in how to grow giant tomatoes, you get up a list of different results, and at the top and at the side are your ads, and this is where your ad will be displayed. So you need a list of keywords relating to your home business, product, or service. And obviously, last but not least, you need an ad budget. I mean, you need to know how much you want to spend a day. I think the minimum that I've seen that you can set up a campaign for is about like $50. So you need to have that worked in, and that has lasted me, like I said, this is my first pay-per-click campaign. I'm able to get, I have other ways of getting traffic that I can just literally command. I think the most leads I've gotten in a day is about 40 or 50. And I haven't done that recently because I've been focusing on the pay-per-click, but for this particular thing, you definitely need an ad budget, and what I like about this particular traffic method is that you have a set amount of, let's say, 5. I would start at $5. $5 a day, where you go and you pay however many times people click, and it's taken out of your daily ad budget, and then in turn that is taken out of your campaign budget, and over a course of a week to 10 days, your, say, $50 campaign is used up. And that's basically it. I mean, like, you can go, there are a lot of different networks you can go for pay-per-click. You can start with, I don't play around with Google. They slap a lot of people, and they constantly change their keyword stuff, and all of a sudden they're from panda to monkey to space chimp to platypus to whatever their algorithm is. And if you're an internet marketer, you know what I mean, and if you're not yet, you will know what I mean. When you decide to join, you'll know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, you can go. Like I said, I don't play around with Google, but there's also there's Bing, there's Yahoo, and 7search is another. 7search.com is another ad source. And it's a big network where you can, it's all done through them, and they blast it to different search engines. So that's that, and I believe that's it, guys. We are golden. So let's see if I can how do I go back to not screen share? Alrighty, back with you guys. Cool. All right, so those are just my basic traffic getting strategies. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you like them. If you could, like I said, ADD, one track mind, right? So if you could, go ahead and send me like a testimonial. What did you think about this? I'll be sending you a link, an email with a little bit later for you to be able to join my team. So I'm very excited for this. I'm excited to get to work with you soon. And this is going to be it for tonight. Like I said, I didn't want to waste your time. Half an hour, quick little thing, and that's it. And I will see you next week, same time, same place. This has been Brianna, and it's been a pleasure working with you guys tonight. And I hope you got value from this. Alrighty, take care. Bye.